Hi, Lloyd Rieber here to demonstrate an early prototype of a QSort app I've built. To learn more about this app and how it was programmed, please visit my blog, learninglivecode.blogspot.com. A QSort is a special research tool designed to measure subjectivity. As the name suggests, it is a sorting activity where the user is asked to sort a series of statements in some way, such as by one's level of agreement, importance, or whatever the researcher has decided. Q-sorts are typically done with paper or cardstock, where the user physically sorts the statements onto a Q-sort board. My colleagues and I at the University of Georgia have recently done some research with this activity, and we think it has great potential. But it's rather cumbersome and labor intensive to administer and score. So I thought I would look into creating an electronic version with LiveCode. Okay, let me show you how this prototype works. Well, let's begin the activity. And here come the statements, and it is on a topic near and dear to my heart, namely pizza. So take a look here at these statements, and I know the type is rather small, but think about what you value in pizza. So for example, do you like crust that is thick and chewy? If so, you'd put it higher on the scale. If not, you might put it lower on the scale. Or if you're not so sure or you don't care too much about crust, you might put it here in the neutral spot. Now notice as I bring these in to these little sorting labels here that a certain category or label lights up, and if I let go, it kind of snaps into place. You will also notice that there are as many slots for me to put these statements as there are statements. Now I could also just bring these statements over here and begin maybe to sort them in certain ways to say, well, I'm not so sure about grown locally. Let me think about that. Maybe I really value that. Maybe I don't. And I might make some groups of how the statements appeal to me. But ultimately, I'm going to put one statement and one statement only into each of these rating slots. Now, when I finally put all of the statements in there, you see that the submit button then becomes active. Now let me go ahead and click the submit button, and it gives me a little alert here that maybe I'm not so sure I'm done yet, because once I click yes proceed, there's no going back. So let me make one last change. There we go, and I will now click the submit button, and I feel pretty good about this, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed. And I get a nice little note there to thank me for my participation. I also get a little note that my data has been uploaded to my research website. Okay, great. Well, what does that research website look like? Well, let me go ahead and bring up the web page that will show what's going on here. Okay, here's the website, and as you can see, it's not too amazing, not too pretty. And let me go ahead and now refresh the browser, and we'll see, voila, there's another example that just was added, another line that was added, and you can see that the name here seems to be pizza, and there is then a string of data all separated by commas. Well, that's actually the data collected by the activity tool itself, and it stored it here on my website that I can then use for analysis later. Okay, let me go back to the activity itself and show you some other, I think, rather cool features that I have already programmed into it. Alright, I'll go ahead and restart the activity, and that takes me back to this home page, home card, title card, whatever. But you see down here in the corner I have a little button that I at some point will make invisible or disable. It takes me to an administrative page. Let me go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that I have two URLs pointing to two websites that are pretty important here. One is a download site that is going to get for me the information for the particular QSort. You can see that I've been pointing to a pizza.txt file. And there's also a upload website that I am sending the data to. So let me go and take this now to another example of a QR sort on something called design-based research. So let me go ahead now and go back to the title card and begin the activity. And what is happening now is you hopefully can see that it is a different looking Q sort. There are more statements and there are more slots, of course, as well. So what is nice about this is that the app is able to go to a website, pull in the information that it needs for both the statements itself and also the Q sort board over here that is being used. So if I now just again use the same idea here, I'm going to go ahead and quickly complete the sort. Now, of course, I did that very quickly. If I were a participant and doing this in a very serious way, it might take quite a bit of time to really sort through this. But my point here is just to show you how the Q sort works with the programming. So I hope you get the idea. So now I will go ahead and click submit again and proceed. And once again, I have uploaded that data to my website. Let's go and take a look at the website to see if the data is actually there. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh the browser. And yeah, there we see another line added with the title design-based research. So again, I have all the data from that last Q-sort activity safely uploaded to my website for me to analyze later. Okay, let's take one last look at the app itself. Alright, I'm back at the title card. Let me go ahead and go to the administration page to again go and change the URL to another source of information for yet another Q sort. Alright, let me go back to the title card and click to begin the Q sort. And you can see this is a very simple example. In fact, this is one that I use for my testing of my programming, a very simple one. So again, I'm not sure if I am explaining very well what a Q sort is all about, but I hope you get a little bit of a sense of it from this this quick demonstration. Most important, I hope you see that I'm trying to build an app that will allow me to be very flexible in how I can design and pull in as many Q sorts as I want, and then to be able to save the data for analysis later. Well, that's it for now. Be sure to check my blog, learninglivecode.blogspot.com, later for updates to this and other LiveCode projects.